Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I was fully intending to review something else, and I was like, I'll go stop off and get some groceries real quick, and it changed up the game. That happens sometimes, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. So what super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my Consume the Divide shirt. Which, if you are unfamiliar with Consume the Divide, they are a fantastic local band out of Illinois. I became acquainted with them maybe like 2-3 years ago, something like that. They were one of the openers for a show that I was there to see. They were really fucking good. Like, I immediately took notice of them. I was surprised that I actually hadn't heard of them being in the local scene. And they'd actually been, they'd been doing it for a little bit. I really enjoyed their stuff. Kind of a nu metal, basically, sort of, thing, but so if you're not into that, but I am. And on top of that, I've gotten the opportunity to go over there and become acquainted with a number of the members, particularly the two lead singers, who are both excellent individuals. Me and Joe, we go over there, he's one of the singers, we go over there, we talk shop about Transformers stuff, because we're both huge nerds. Dan, the other singer, is an excellent guy. We keep going to the same concerts, but not running into each other. But I really do like Consume the Divide a lot. I actually have a number of videos of their performances on this channel, just in case you're interested. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What was I originally going to review? How did this whole thing go down? Well, folks, we're going to review this. There's no good way. Boom! It's this! It's the Ramen Pork Bowl from Mariano's, which, if you're unfamiliar, Mariano's, they're kind of a little bit of an upscale supermarket. And I don't go there all that often, but I do go there occasionally, specifically because they are the only place in the area where I can get the Mountain Dew thrashed apple flavor. And by the way, I reviewed that in case you're interested. So I decided, originally I was going to go to KFC and review some KFC stuff, but I decided to stop off at Mariano's because I want to get some more thrashed apple. Oh, for fuck's sake. With the helicopter. That's the annoying thing about sort of being roughly in the way of an airport. I'm not even that fucking close to it, but yeah, so I was just going to go get some thrashed apple, and I decided to go over there by their sushi section because I hadn't had sushi in a while. And so, yeah, they have these little bowls that they have made up, and I figured, what the fuck. So, let's open it up. And does it have a thing actually saying what's in it? Yeah, probably, but like it's a million things. So, we'll try to get like a little bit of a picture for the thumbnail. Got the chopsticks. Oh yeah, feeling official. There, and then we'll do like one of these. Ha 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 ha! That looks pretty sexy. We got some little uzumaki fish cakes here. Got some chashu pork, and then yeah, just like some stuff. I'm guessing I'm just gonna mix it all together in one go. That's my plan at this point, because I don't know what else the plan would be. What are you? I mean, that's like, I'm guessing, the base. I don't know. We're going to pour it in and mix it together because I wasn't given any other instructions on what to do. Ooh, it's got a little heat to it. Toss that. This stuff. Gooey. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. It's very soy saucy. Like, very, very... Yeah, okay. Let's just... This might be the worst plan in the history of plans. I do not know. But that's okay because, well, we're going to do it. And I wasn't given instructions, so you guys are getting the authentic experience with me. Alright, and then we'll kind of mush it all together, I guess. Because typically with ramen, you think broth. And there's definitely no, like, proper broth in this, so we'll kind of... So I'm just going to put all the fluids into the stuff and see what happens. That sounds a little bit naughty, doesn't it? I think it does. But let's kind of... Alright, yeah. There's no way this isn't kind of stupid. But that's okay. That's okay. This show's kind of stupid, so let's roll with it. And I apologize this is taking so long to get to the actual review. There's only so much I could do. Alright, well. Let's try some of the pork with the big old noodle. Pork's okay. It's pretty tender. I mean, it's definitely not as good as, like, proper chashu. Proper chashu, it's much thicker. It's a much more, satisfying eat. But this isn't bad. I mean, it's definitely the, supermarket sushi equivalent. But, I mean, hey, I'm eating supermarket sushi, so what are you going to do? Let's try one of the little uzumaki cakes. I know I've had these before, but... Yeah, they're nice. They kind of remind me a little bit of, like, the imitation crab sticks. A little bit different flavor profile. But it's definitely, I mean, obviously fish don't do this naturally. Well, I mean, I guess, like, well, snails are a mollusk, so, I don't know. But, so it is, like, obviously very processed and everything. That's fine. I don't have a problem with imitation crab, honestly. Alright, let's get some of the noodles. Noodles are actually fairly decent. Like, they actually have a good taste and texture to them. Definitely egg noodles. I mean, okay. I mean, here's a fundamental issue that I have with this whole thing. You're calling it a pork ramen bowl. Now, I get it. It's like sort of almost like a deconstructed pork ramen, But fundamentally, the best part of a ramen, in my personal opinion, my humble opinion, is the soup broth, the base. Everything else is just, stuff to build on top of that flavor. With this, you don't really get a soup base. You just get a couple things to mix in. And, I mean, to be fair, they do a pretty good job of actually flavoring stuff, albeit you really have to go out of your way to mix it all in. You get a little bit of a spice from the one sauce. It gives a little bit of a heat. Nothing particularly outrageous, but kind of bites at your tongue in the back of your throat a little bit. With the other sauce, that is probably where the most flavor is coming from. You're definitely getting that sort of like thick soy sauce kind of flavor. But at the same time, it's like there's more going on to it. It's almost like concentrated soy sauce flavor. So it's very savory. It has that, I believe the term is umami kind of flavor. And, I mean, you know what? Sure, why not, man? I'm not... Here's the thing, folks. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with maybe and kinda-ish. Because here's the thing, folks. I love sushi. Sushi is fantastic. I love Asian food. I am somebody who I will get some supermarket sushi. I don't need like the super high end stuff. And to be fair, a lot of like the higher end marketplaces, they have some decent sushi. It's not, going to be the super duper best, but and I don't mind these like weird little creation bowls that they make. They're kind of fun. Even if, I mean, fundamentally, does this stand up to actual pork ramen? No, not a chance in hell. Get yourself some proper pork ramen. But I also don't think it's trying to. It is just being its own little, make your own ramen bowl kind of thing. And to that end, it's fine. I think realistically, I would just get proper ramen again. And if I were going to get another of their bowls, I would probably just get one of their poke bowls. But I can kind of go with this, and I could see where like every now and again I might pick it up. But again, that's why it's a big maybe. It's okay. And I like certain things that it's doing. I kind of like the gall of it. I like that they decided to try and make this be a thing. But ultimately, yeah, I would probably just get normal pork ramen again from an actual place. If I'm recommending it, I mean, look, if you're going over there, you're going to, again, one of these sort of higher end, supermarket type places, and you're going through their sushi section, chances are you're like me and you're okay with that scenario. This works perfectly fine in there. Everything about it tasted okay. There wasn't anything bad. It's basically a bowl of noodles with some chashu and some uzumaki and a couple of sauces you add in to give it a little extra oomph. It's not bad for what it is, but I do think, again, there's just a lot better options that are available there. But I'm not going to outright, say don't try this one, because it's like, there's a little bit of a fun aspect to it, even if it's a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, folks, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You can go over there, have yourselves a truly proper ramen-tastic rest of your life. I would love to review a proper ramen place, but it would just be so difficult to, because then, a lot of places like that don't order, or don't offer, takeout. Then you're doing it inside the truck. You don't really, I don't know. I'd love to do it, but we'll see. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time? I know. But what you do if you can't do all the time? I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. I have to drink some Sprite. My throat is a bit parched. Oh, Sprite is so good. It is ridiculous. But we're not always going to have delicious Sprite to go over there and make our days better. When we run into those situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. If you have the opportunity, go out and get yourself some proper ramen. I will forever preach the virtues of proper ramen, man, because when you get some really good ramen, it is on a whole other level. And it can be hard to find. I live in Illinois. We have quite a few places that are available, but not all of them are all that spectacular. And mind you, it's not like I've been to all of them, but I've been to 1 or 2 where it was kind of like, yeah. But I also have been to a couple where it was like, yeah. Anyway, or if you're not into ramen, hey, there's plenty of other really good Asian soups out there that you could try. You've got pho from Vietnam. There's Korean soups. I did a kimchi soup review at one point. There's options.